Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Wednesday, February 3rd, 2016 by Gaia Blooming. I'm Mimi and our energy mantra for today is Om Priyam Namah, which means I am aligned with cosmic law. Om Priyam Namah. And I was like, why are these Sanskrit mantras coming up every day for me to use? And I realized, we're in this time of vibration, concentrating on our vibration, and sound has vibration, and so the Sanskrit language is actually based on those vibrations and what they do, what they transmit. So these mantras are so powerful anytime, but especially when we're concentrating on our vibration. What is your vibration? What is the frequency that you are giving off? And so today we are aligning with cosmic law, Om Priyam Namah. Just one last time for you. So, besides that, today is brought to you by Mind Your Own Beeswax. That's what really came up for me today in the astro. We have many connections going on. I'm going to start with kind of the midday connections between the Sun and Saturn and the Moon and Saturn, and then the Sun and the Moon. Okay, so the Moon is in Sagittarius, which tunes us into that expansive vibration. It tunes us into desiring to explore, to learn. We all came here for our own lessons, and Saturn is the kind of the focuser. Saturn's like, hey, this is not about anybody else's lessons. These are about your lessons. And we have a connection, a sextile, between Mars and Pluto today. That's also, I feel like, feeding into this energy of mind your own beeswax, walk your own transformational caterpillar path. I feel like it's so easy. Like, that's that person's lessons. That's that person's lessons. That's that person's lessons. We all do it. It comes naturally. We're taught that, as children when our parents are like, that's your lesson. But today, we got to turn that finger back around and focus. How is this your lesson? How is this your responsibility? And your mind is going to be playing a huge part in this today as we are at 14 degrees with the Sun. The Moon is going to be hanging out at 14 degrees, and that's where Saturn is as well. So 14 is a 5. So your mind energy, be really vigilant about where your mind may want to turn off that responsibility and go down another road of that's that, and that's that, and that's that. Mind your own beeswax and practice personal responsibility. How are you responding to whatever is showing up? I also love that the day begins with the Moon squaring Neptune. So this will be while most of us in the States will be sleeping, but this can inspire your intuition. It can open up some portals if you're open, if you're ready to recognize that maybe you don't know everything. It's a good lesson for Sagittarius, always. We also have that Mars-Pluto thing. Mars in Scorpio, Pluto in Capricorn. This can ignite passion energy. It can ignite your drive. It can ignite, taking action on your personal path. But I really like the thing that came through is walk your own caterpillar path. Follow this. That Pluto and Capricorn shifting where our focus was, who we were pleasing, so that now we're hey, this is my butterfly path that I'm going on. I'm the caterpillar. Here I go. This is my transformation. These are my caterpillars across the screen. So do that for yourself. And then we finish the day, love, with the Moon in Sagittarius connecting to Uranus. So we may have a little bit of a breakthrough in our thinking. If maybe some area we were closed, that we can better show up in our responsibility for, because it's at 17 degrees, which is an 8 responsibility degree. So, Om Kriyam Namah. Recognize in all these lessons and in turning back into yourself, mind your own beeswax, that you are aligned with cosmic law. I pulled really interesting cards, and I feel like this is kind of where we're going to be at today. Inner voice. You have that voice that's telling you everything's okay, you can trust it, everything's good. And meanwhile, there's the schizophrenia. There's the voices outside. Is this really okay? Society doesn't do things this way. All that stuff. But what's interesting is that I pulled the Ordinariness card. And this is a card that's hey, there's a gift in this. There's a gift in this situation. There's work in this situation. And sometimes we look at the schizophrenia card as a negative thing and maybe the pull between these things is a negative thing. I feel like the schizophrenia card, what it's representing is another view that may not be your view, but that you can come into acceptance with and find a gift in coming into allowance and acceptance with that. So that's it for today. Book a reading. I'll see you tomorrow. Namaste.